Well, let's talk about the day, man. We're finally here. It's coming back, and it's one of your more famous interviews, one of your more famous promos. All the horsemen are in tuxedos. Talk to me about the creative for the day. When did you find out that you guys were going to wear tuxedos? Was that one of your suggestions? It does feel very old school horseman.
It was. And to make it special, I felt like it was, normally I'm a blue jean guy, polo and a blue jeans. But on this particular night, it was a special occasion. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I didn't know how much attention this was going to get, but it was going to be the last hurrah for the horsemen. Good or bad, win or lose, this was going to be it. So let's dress it up and let's make it as big as we can. And those guys look good in tuxes. Myself and JJ, not so much, but the other guys. And I wanted to give Dean Malenko a spotlight too. I'm proud to say that I helped get Dean hired from Japan, along with Chris Benoit and Eddie. Went over there for a loop, doubled back, told Eric he should hire these guys. Took my word for it, hired him, was glad he did. But moving on, it was going to be a big night. It was going to be a special night, and the buzz in the air in Greenville, which is one of our better wrestling cities in the entire country, brother, they were all over it.
It is a big moment. It is a big day. The promo that you deliver is just absolutely phenomenal. We're going to get to it in just a minute, and we're going to play it for the whole audience to hear and enjoy. Were there any other ideas for Ric's return that night, or was it always, let's let Arn introduce everybody, give the big speech, and then just let Ric rip it up?
Pretty sure that Eric had the same frame of mind that he did the night that I retired. I think, the one thing he did trust me to do was get the story told, and he was going to give me enough time to do it. No one gave me a script. No one told me what to say. I pretty much laid it out myself, got with the guys, made sure they were comfortable with everything, and that was kind of my baby too.
It's a big moment, and it's wrestling TV magic. It's one of those goosebump moments. If you're a longtime NWA and Jim Crockett Promotions fan, or maybe you're just a fan of the individual guys, you just know that this is something special. But I'm curious about the feeling in the air earlier in the day, since this is a little bit of a drive, not a terrible drive, but a little bit of a drive from Charlotte, where both you and Ric live. Do you guys ride together, or do you come in separately?
Came separately.
And what's it like when he gets to the building? Is it all smiles, a little family reunion backstage? Are people uncomfortable interacting with him? What's his first interaction with Bischoff like, as far as you know? Don't know.
Eric had his own office, and Eric stayed in his office unless he came out specifically to take care of some kind of business. Different guys would dress in different locker rooms with certain people, or by themselves, or whatever the deal was. And it was pretty easy in those days to get secluded. If you went, you opened the door to a locker room, which there was usually more than one, and you saw a group of guys that you were comfortable dressing with, that's where you dressed. And if not, you would go and find something else. And I think Ric kind of kept to himself, and Ric was a guy that would get a cup of coffee and be out in the arena, or be in the hallway on the phone. I'm sure you've seen that once or twice yourself.
Sure.
So it's like we all got together more so than Ric, because Ric didn't have to play off of anything other than what he heard and what he felt that night. We were going to be trusted to just run with it. And I did want to make sure that everything that I had in my mind to say to Dean and Chris and Mongo and JJ, without telling them what I was going to say, I just kind of had bullet points. This is what I want to recover. This is what I want to cover. And they were all cool with that. So it was one of those things where we weren't sitting up under each other all day. It wasn't, well, how do you feel to be back? And all those things. You and Bischoff get everything worked out. I mean, none of those conversations happened during the day. It was more like everybody was into their own thing. I didn't even know about Eric coming out on the end as far as specifics. I just knew that he was going to come out and and he and Rick were going to have a go. And I'm pretty sure that was just an ad-lib thing too.
Let's play the audio from the big return, and we'll get your reaction on the other side.
Because you have to start at the beginning, because tonight is a new beginning for the Four Horsemen.
Oh, yeah. What could that mean? Yeah.
Now, when I was a kid, like all kids, people asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? There was no gray area for me. I always knew I wanted to be a wrestler. And when that finally happened for me, it was the proudest day of my life. And then in 1986, I started coming to these towns, just like Greenville, South Carolina, as a horseman. And my life changed forever. And the doors that opened for me, I had never dreamed of. And wrestling the greatest wrestlers in the world in a town like this and all across this country showed me who I was. And every day that I woke up since then, I tried to uphold the standards that we, you and I, and the rest of us set for ourselves. Then about a year and a half ago, I laid down on an operating table, and when I woke up, Arn Anderson, the wrestler, was dead. And I thought to myself, how could I be a horseman if I couldn't be a wrestler? Well, the fact is, I couldn't in my mind. Trust me, everybody's gonna get what they want tonight. Bischoff, Eric Bischoff. So when I thought I could no longer be a horseman, Chris Benoit came to me first. And he said, this can all happen. And with that prelude, I would like to bring the other three horsemen down right now. Before we go any further, Chris Benoit, you got this thing rolling. And I'm going to go on record as saying, if there's a finer wrestler in all the land than you, I don't know who it is. Your intensity the first time I saw you wrestle made you something special. You are something special in my eyes. You knew what it meant to be a horseman. You will carry that tradition way past the year 2000. Mongo McMichael, you're hard-headed. A lot of times you're hard to be around, but the fact is, in my eyes, you're all man. You're certainly all pro. And when this is all said and done, if I've got anything to say about it, you will mean to this sport what you meant to the sport of pro football. Now, Dean Malenko. I've been out here yakking for the last 10 years about what it meant to be a horseman. Work ethic, respect for the business, respect for each other, respect for the people that came before us. And while I was yakking the last year and the last couple of months, you were out there fighting the fights for the horsemen. You exemplify what a horseman has always meant, overachievement. Being the very best you could be each and every day of your life, whether you were sick or hurt or whatever the case may be. And it makes me proud. Now I'm going to say one more time, I said that you didn't get it. Well, I didn't get it, because if there was ever a horseman, it makes me a little misty-eyed and a real proud to call on this day the finest thing you can be in the sport of professional wrestling. That's a horseman. Ladies and gentlemen, through the year 2000, we're going to do exactly what all of you across this nation have asked. Arn Anderson, bring back the horseman. But I feel it fair to tell you, I'm not going to be responsible for what happens next, because we don't wear white hats. We're not nice guys. And I can tell you this, heads are going to roll. So, I said it. Be careful what you wish for, because now you have it. What a goof! What a goof! You know, I get accused of getting racked in the head a few times, and Having a little touch of Alzheimer's? My God, I almost forgot the Fourth Horseman, Ric Flair. Go down here.
Here we go.
Tells the whole story.
Oh, it sure does, Mike Tenay.
Words just do not do this moment justice.
Look at the respect they show the Nature Boy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm almost embarrassed by the response. But when I see this, I know that the 25 years that I spent trying to make you happy every night of your life was worth every damn minute of it. Now, somebody told me that the Horsemen were having a party tonight in Greenville. Could that be true? That the most elite group that Eric Bischoff said was dead is alive and well. Bischoff, this might be my only shot. And I gotta tell you, I'm gonna make it my best. Is this what you call a great moment in TV? It's wrong, because this is real. This is not bought and paid for. It's a real life situation. Just like the night in Columbia, South Carolina, when you looked at me, tears in my eyes, and said, God, that's good TV. It was real. Arn Anderson passed the torch. It was real, damn it. You think Sting was crying in the dressing room like I was on TV if it wasn't real? This guy, my best friend, is one of the greatest performers to ever live, and you squashed him in one night. Then you get on the phone and tell me, disband the Horsemen, they're dead. Disband the Horsemen. Me, you know what? I looked at myself in the mirror the next day and I saw a pathetic figure that gave up and quit. And for that, I owe you, the wrestling fans, I owe these guys an apology because it won't happen again. We're reunited and Bischoff, for no matter what you think. Yeah, no, you're not checking. You're an overbearing asshole. That's right. You're an obnoxious, overbearing ass. Abuse of power. You. Abuse of power. Cut me off. Come on. You will never ever wrestle abuse of power. You suck. I hate your guts. I hate your guts. Sean, your history. You are a liar. You're a cheat. You're a scam. You are a no good son of a bitch. Fire me. I'm already fired. Fire me. I'm already fired.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was the greatest moment in the history of this television program, bar none. Bar none, that was the greatest moment we've ever witnessed.
How do you follow that?
There you go, man. What a big moment. What a big segment. I love Tony Schiavone's quote, given the time and date, you know it's a special moment when Tony's that excited, because he was there for the beginning. You know, he was there from, you know, the dawn of the Horsemen, and he remembers those days very vividly. I guess I should ask, this is the first time you've seen that, and how long?
Probably 15 years. And, you know, the hair standing up on my neck, and I'm warm, got a little bit of a glow because, again, like my retirement, for me, that was real. And I think for everybody in that audience, it was real. I think it spilled over to even Mongo, who I think is probably heartless. And if he has one, it's completely black. Even felt something, because the wrestling fans will give you emotion that you never get from anybody else, because it is so pure. They are so honest in the way they react. And man, they were digging it. They were chanting, "We want Flair," when I was going through the last part of that part at the very end. And when when I was introducing Dean, and whew, man, I'm goosebumps right now. But very seldom in your life do you get to experience something that real, and that was that real to all of us. And when they started chanting Flair, and I did the goofball thing, oh God, what an idiot, what a goof. I forgot one. They smelled it and they jumped on it, and I said, Ric Flair, come on down. Very seldom do you hear that size crowd make that much noise. They love him, and it's Greenville, it's Horseman country, and it was Ric Flair country before it was Horseman country. The guy's a god in the Carolinas, and man, when he came down there and got in that ring, that kind of emotion you can't steal, you can't buy. It's something special for sure.
Well, this was something special. We appreciate you going down memory lane. I know this was a weird episode to talk about, but next week we're going to be right back in your wheelhouse, man. People love the Q&A so much that we're going to do it again next week. Part 2. If you missed your opportunity to ask Arn a question, go to Twitter right now, ask it at The Arn Show, and use hashtag AskArnAnything.